Assalamu alaikum class 7. Hope you all are fine. Here is Miss Uruj, your history teacher. Today we are going to start the introduction and the syllabus of the history, and we are following the book that is Oxford History for Pakistan Books 2. It's our introductory lecture. So further we are pursuing it slide by slide. Okay class, the topic or the content which we are covering in this lecture is the introduction, definition of history, importance of history, introduction of first test syllabus, introduction of chapter number 1, that is the life and teaching of Buddha, and in the last I will give you the home task which is helpful for you to revise all the previous thing. So class, what's history is basically what's the introduction of history is, why we are learning history, what is the concept of history is. History is the study of life in society in the past in all its aspects in relation to present developments and future hopes. Means we are learning from the past, live in the present and make our future more good. It is the story of a man in time and inquiry into the past based on evidence. What we have to study, the time the man spent in the past time and with the help of the evidences. Indeed, evidence is the raw material of history teaching and learning. And you can say the evidence is the key factor or the raw material for the history to learn. Here is a definition of history. What history is. History is a narration of the events which have happened among mankind, including an account of the rise and fall of nations, as well as of other great changes which have affected the political and social condition of the human race. So it gives the past experience, the up and downfall of the mankind and all the nation and the great change which have implemented on the political and the social condition of the human being. History is a Greek word, okay, and it tells us the truth which happened before with the evidence in a form of storytelling. Now moving towards the importance of history. History is important. In centuries past, this statement would have seemed self-evident. Ancient cultures devoted much time and effort to teach their children family history. It was through that the past helps a child understand who he is. Modern society, however, have turned its back on the past. We live in a time of rapid change, a time of progress. We prefer to define ourselves in terms of where we are going, not where we come from. Hope you understand it. Like history tells us that how can we make the decision with the help of past experiences. Secondly, it is a rapid change. It's a time of rapid changing. So we don't have enough time to experience things. We have to take the lesson from the past which are happened before.
Why study history? What's the point? How does learning about the past affect my life right now? Well, my friends, those are all excellent questions which millions of people around the world have asked at some point in their lives. The answer might be surprising, because in the end, the answer is always you. Let's start with an important distinction. The past refers to everything that's happened up until this moment. History is a record of past events. When we study the past, we examine pictures, letters, videos, legal documents, and much more, which give us glimpses into other time periods. But why study history at all, you're wondering? What does it all have to do with me? George Santayana said, "Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it." It's a powerful lesson, but it's not the full story. See, humans are creatures of habit who have a tendency of making the same mistake over and over again. Think about it. How many times have you promised yourself you'd get your work done well before the deadline, yet find yourself working furiously the day before it's due? Each time you tell yourself that next time you'll do things differently, yet you never quite learn the lesson. All right, so maybe it's hard for humans to learn from their mistakes. So why study history? It can be said that we learn about history in order to understand how to become a change champion, someone who finds a way to break the pattern and create change in their community. History is full of inspirational leaders who teach us about standing up for our beliefs. But that's still not the whole story. History doesn't involve simply learning about the big mistakes or the change champions. History is filled with larger-than-life characters who take on a starring role in history books. These people use their power, good or evil, to create change, but they are nothing without the ordinary people who support them. You see, history is so much more than wars and empires and famous buildings. It's about his story and her story and their story. We study history to learn about how the deeds of ordinary people shaped the lives of other ordinary people, and how their lives were affected by other ordinary people, and so on. When we study the past, we are studying the decisions and daily lives of individual people whose actions contributed to what we call history. That's where you come in. Every action you make and every word you speak becomes part of something bigger than you can possibly imagine. We learn about history because it's his story and her story and their story and your story. So why study history? Look around. You're in the middle of creating it right now. Study the past so that the history you're writing today is something worth learning about tomorrow.
So class, here is our syllabus, the first test syllabus. Everyone have a curiosity that what we have to read and what we have to learn in our first test. So the topics that are included in first test syllabus are the life teaching of Buddha, the rise and fall of Buddhism in India, the beginning and spread of Christianity, the power of the church and the Pope in the Middle Ages, the feudal system. So the first chapter is about the life teaching of Buddha. For the introduction of this chapter, we have to need to review about what is Buddhism and who is Buddha is. As a child, Siddhartha the Buddha was troubled by some of the same thought that children today have. They wondered about birth and death. They wondered why they get sick and why grandfather died. They wonder why their wishes do not come true. Children also wonder about happiness and the beauty in the nature. It all are the concepts which are there also in the mind of current generation children, and it's all are the question that Buddha is also rise in its childhood. Because the Buddha knew what was in the heart of children and humankind, he taught everyone how to live a happy and peaceful life. Buddhism is not learning about strange belief from far away land. It is about looking at and thinking about our own lives. It shows us how to understand ourselves and how to cope up with our daily problems. Means how we help each other and how can we take a part in the society welfare. Buddhism or Buddha says that life is beautiful. One day, 1 hour and 1 minute will not come again in your entire life. So avoid fights, angerness, and speak lovely to everyone, every person. Means life is so short. Live in the moment, in the current moment, and enjoy all the happiness. Now we are talking about the life of Buddha. Buddhism is one of the major religion in the world. It began around 2500 years ago in India when Siddhartha Gautama discovered how to bring happiness into the world. He was born around 566 BC. BC means before Christ. In the small kingdom of Kapilavastu. His father was King Sadhuna and his mother was Queen Maya. Soon after Prince Siddhartha was born, the wise men predicted that he would become a Buddha. When the king heard this, he was deeply disturbed, for he wanted his son to become a mighty ruler. He told Queen Maya, I will make life in a palace so pleasant that our son will never want to live. At the age of 16, Prince Siddhartha married a beautiful princess, Yashodhara. The king built them 3 palaces, one for each season, and lavished them with luxuries. They passed their days in enjoyment and never thought about life outside the palace. In last, I am giving you the home task, home assignment, which give you the further description about that topic. Don't you worry, I will continue this topic in the next lecture also, and also give you some home tasks and question answer for it. Basically today I am giving you a home task, that is read chapter The Life and Teaching of Buddha completely. It will help you in the further discussion of the lesson. In class, surely you have to read it deeply and understand it, and also you have to read it thoroughly, because in the next session, in the next lecture, I will give you some question answers related to that topic and you have to solve it by your own self. So the review of that chapter will help you. Okay, and then review the background of history and its importance on the links attached below. Like these links are present in the YouTube videos, and you have to go for it and understand the topic of the history. Hope you understand it. We will meet soon inshallah with the new lecture. Till then, you have to take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.